Hello, guys. Happy Wednesday. It's Miss Bland jumping on to go over Wednesday's lesson with you. Make sure you have your packet, make sure you have a pencil, and let's get rolling. Make sure, for attendance purposes, if you do not complete something in Seesaw today, that you do send Miss Bland a message to let her know that you are working because I do indeed need to update your Power School attendance. Remember, your virtual rules are a little different for videos. My biggest wish is that you'll just find a quiet spot that you can get your work done. Fluency, what is it? Fluency is your accuracy, the words you read correctly. It's the rate. You don't want to read it too fast, but you don't want to read it too slow. It's your expression. Do you read with feeling or do you sound like that robot? And it's punctuation. Are you following the punctuation marks? Are you taking a breath at your commas and taking a breath on your periods? So inside of your packet, your first page, we have our instant words for this week. Remember, you're going to say your instant words at least one time. I say two just to be safe. And then, of course, you have your phrases at the bottom. On Friday, you will be responsible for reading all of your instant words to Miss Bland, and you will be responsible for reading 6 of your instant phrases. And I'm not telling you which 6, so you need to make sure you've practiced them all. Pause here to read each of your words 2 times and to read your phrases to yourself. Great. Welcome back. Also, as we finish up our phrases, we know that we're also going to be responsible for our story. And our story is huge because that's where Miss Bland is going to get your fluency score. So on Friday, you are going to read that story to me. Mr. Hicks has a little store. He has worked in the store for over 30 years. He and his son live in a place in the back of the store. One day, Mr. Hicks said to his son, Joe, I have given most of my life to the store. I know it is only a little place, but it has taken care of us. It needs a new look and a new owner. I think it is time for you to take over for me. What does that how does that sound? Excuse me. Joe smiled and said, Sure, Dad, you have taken care of me for years. Now I will take care of you. So you will practice it. Today's Wednesday. You'll practice it tomorrow on Thursday. You'll practice it on Friday. And then Friday, you'll record yourself as a part of your Seesaw Fluency for the week. There are some questions at the bottom that will be read to you on Friday during test time, and you'll complete those. Look at your Wednesday work. Find the first page for Wednesday. It should look like mine. I want you to try today's ladder by yourself and see what you come up with. Pause here to fill in your missing 6 words. Ooh, you're back to join me. Have you found the 6 words that climb your ladder? Let's check and see. 1, 2, 3. Check your ladder with my ladder. Did you say that the part of a fish is a fin? And that what blows air is a fan? That a pig is short and fat? And that an animal with kittens is a cat? And that you can use scissors to cut, and the opposite of in is out. Check your paper to see if you have those answers. Beside it, we have our vocabulary practice for this week. We know that we met these vocabulary words as we were going through our story, and we talked about pitch, we talked about throw, we talked about toss, we talked about hurl. We looked at each of those words and how they're all different ways and different speeds and different hard and different that all deal with throwing something or releasing something. So we're going to look at it. Now, I'm going to read them to you and give you a few minutes to think about what you think the answers may be. And then you can have a chance to see what your friends came up with too. Maybe that's an answer you want to add. Number 1, a pitch is different from a toss. How would a pitch be different from a toss? 3 sports that involve throwing. Think about it. Those 3 sports that you throw a ball. I toss my laundry in. Where do you put your laundry in? A laundry basket, a laundry bag, the closet, a bucket, a box. Where do you toss your laundry? When you take your clothes off to take your bath, where do you put them? I might hurl something when. How would you feel if you just said, "Ugh"? How'd you feel? And number 5, 3 things you can fling. Something you can just kind of go bloop. You don't want to hurt the person you're throwing it at. You just want to get their attention. Pause here to complete your answers. All right, welcome back. Let's share some of the answers your friends worked on. So they said that a pitch is different from a toss because a pitch is hard. It said that a toss is to throw but not hard. And a pitch is to throw, but it's usually hard and you aim for something. So great answer. They gave me 3 sports that involve throwing: baseball, football, and basketball. You may have a different sport, but those are the 3 they chose. My laundry in a laundry basket. Wherever you put your laundry is what you should have on your line. Hopefully it doesn't say the floor. Mom and Dad would love you if you pick a new place. I might hurl something when I'm mad, angry, or upset. They said, ooh, Miss Blaine, when I'm mad, like furious, I might hurl something at you. Or if I get mad with my little sister, I might hurl something at her head. Never know. And then number 5, 3 things you can fling. Miss Bland was sitting at her desk, so I picked things on my desk that I can fling. If you're in your room, or if you're at the kitchen table, if you're on the couch, think about things that are around you that you could fling. Pause here to correct anything on your paper you want to change and to make sure you've answered all 5 questions. Letterland, we are on unit 22 in Letterland. We are dealing with the all sound, AU and AW. August, because, crawl, fault, gnaw, saw, thaw, author, awful, straw, caught, draw. Let's look at a quick review of those words. That sound, excuse me.
Sound. The ah sound. AU, AW. Ah, as in sauce and hawk. The hawk has seen the sauce and is coming down for it. AU in gauze and AW in paw sound ah. Put some gauze on the dog's hurt paw. Look at these words. Auto, straw. The letters AU in auto and AW in straw make the ah sound. How to make the sound. Open your mouth and let air flow from your mouth to make the ah sound, as in sauce and hawk. Try again. This time, put your hand on your throat. It moved or vibrated. Let us look at some more words that begin with the letters AU, AW, and make the ah sound. Click on the letter that makes the ah sound. Draw. Click on the letter that makes the ah sound. Lawn. Click on the letter that makes the ah sound. Fawn. Click on the letter that makes the ah sound. Hall. Click on the letter that makes the ah sound. Caught.
All right. Good job with our all sound. In English language arts, we have vocabulary words that we have seen for the last 2 weeks. You guys have become very, very comfortable with those. You will see each of these words on Friday's test: common and costume, customs and favored, parades and surrounded, travels and wonder. The biggest confusion is costume and customs. A costume, remember our little super dog? He's wearing a costume. And customs, like the Chinese New Year, they're customs, something that we do. They give money in a red envelope. Those are the ones that I've seen the most trouble with so far. Remember, our story is realistic fiction this week. Carlitos and Charlie are two cousins that are met in our story. One lives in America and one lives in Mexico. The story is a realistic fiction because fiction means that it is made up, but realistic leads us to believe that it could possibly happen. Our essential questions are: how kids around the world different? And Carlitos and Charlie are going to talk about that. So in your packet, the next page should be a Venn diagram. As we listen to our story, you are welcome to pause, stop, start, do it on the end, whichever way works better for you. But you need 3 things that are just about Carlitos on this side. We need 3 things that just apply to Charlie on this side. In the middle, if you'll tell me one way they are the same. And then at the bottom, tell me another way that they are alike. Are we ready? 3, 1, 3. Can I write more, Ms. Bland? Absolutely. You're welcome to write them all. But I'm looking for 7, 8 in order for your grade to be achieved. All right, eyeballs on your screen. Let's get ready for Dear Primo.
Today's read aloud is titled Dear Primo, A Letter to My Cousin by Duncan Donativo. Score! I just got a letter from my primo, my cousin Carlitos. I live in America, but he lives in Mexico, where my family is from. Maybe someday we'll meet. Dear Primo Charlie, how are you? Do you wonder, like me, what life is like far away? I live on a farm, surrounded by mountains and trees. My family grows many things, such as maíz. We have a burro, pollos, and a gallo. Every morning the gallo crows and crows. Dear Primo Carlitos, I live in a city. From my window, I can see a bridge and cars zooming by. I can see skyscrapers too. Skyscrapers are buildings so tall they tickle the clouds. At night, all the lights from the city look like the stars from the sky. Every morning, I ride my bicicleta to school. I ride it past the perros and past the nopal. I ride the subway to school. The subway is like a long metal snake, and it travels through tunnels underground. At recess time, I play football. My friend passes me the ball. I kick it with my foot, and if I score, I yell, "Goal!" I play basketball. My friend dribbles the ball and passes it to me. I jump and shoot. The ball goes swoosh. Nothing but net. When I come home from school, I help my mom cook. My favorite meal is quesadillas. I make them with cheese and tortillas. In America, we have lots of different foods. My favorite is pizza. I like getting a slice on my way home from school. After I finish my homework, my mom let me go outside and play. In Mexico, we have many games like trompos and canicas. My favorite game is papalotes. My friends and I run and run, and with a little wind, we fly the papalote high up. When I finish my homework, I play games with my friends from the building. We play by the stoop and in each other's apartments too. I like going over to my friend's home to play video games. In the afternoon, it often gets hot. To cool off, I jump in a small rio that is nearby. In the summer, the city gets hot too. I like getting splashed by the fire hydrant when the firefighters open it up and close off the block. On the weekend, I go with my parents to the mercado, an open-air market in the town nearby. We sell maíz and tunas, a prickly fruit that we grow. On the weekend, I go with my mom to the supermarket. She brings a list: milk, toothpaste, soap, and I check out the items as we put them in our cart. In the town, from time to time, they have fiestas that last 2 or 3 days. At night, there are cohetes that light up the sky and mariachis that play and play. In my city, sometimes we have parades. People in costumes and uniforms march down the street, and everyone gathers around to watch. There are charros in Mexico that I wish you could see. They do tricks with their caballos and reatas. On the streets here, you can see breakdancers who do flips and spin on their heads. In Mexico, we have so many traditions, such as the Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. My favorite tradition is attending the December parties called posadas. At the end of each posada, there is a piñata filled with fruit. When someone breaks it, we all get to jump in. In America, we have traditions too, such as Thanksgiving, when we eat turkey, and Halloween, when we dress up and go trick-or-treating. But I have to stop writing now. My mom just told me I have to brush my teeth and go to bed. I have an idea. My primo should come visit me. My primo should come visit me.
So they had the same idea at the same time. All right, so let's look. All right, you need 3 things about Carlitos. You need 3 things about Charlie and 1 thing that is the same. Pause here to complete or complete on the end. Next, you have 20 questions. Ooh, 20 questions. Yeah, it sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But some of them are easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You got 20 questions. First page, second page, first page, second page. You will complete these 20 questions. The story. Well, for the guys this morning, it was important that I put the story in Seesaw so they could go there. For you guys, if you're doing video, you can just go back in the video and look at your answers. But I did put it here. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to go through each page of the story that's on here. And if you need to pause for a particular page, then the page will be available to you. All right, here we go. All right, that's the story, just in case you'd rather read it yourself. If you need a small break, you are welcome to take it now. Otherwise, we will keep rolling. Similes, when 2 things are compared using like or as. Sweet as a honeybee, roar like a lion. So you're not really turning into a honeybee. It just means you're very sweet. And I've got some really cool examples today. Let's look. Cute as a button, stubborn as a mule, sick as a dog. Look at the dog. You don't turn into a dog when you get sick, do you? I don't think so. 4 as a church mouse, hidden every morning. Strong as an ox, slow as a turtle, pretty as a picture, quick as lightning. All of those are similes. It's a figure of speech that compares one thing to another thing using like or as. So we did some simile practice scrambles. So for numbers 1 through 9, we went through and unscrambled the word in parentheses and made sure that word was there. Now, we made sure it made sense. Cute as a button, quiet as a mouse, flat as a pancake, soft as a pillow, pretty as a picture, light as air, free as a bird, hard as a rock, heavy as lead. On this side, there are 9. Your responsibility is to do 5. If you want to do all 9, you'll be awesome, but you and your family need to do at least 5. So pause here to get down 1 through 9. Make sure you copy those and put that big number 5 at the top so that you know that 5 needs to be done. All right, let's move on to math. Remember, math this week is review. We review so we won't forget. I don't want you to forget all the amazing things you've been learning in Module 4. So Module 4 is huge. So it was a good time to practice some stuff in Module 4. Today we're reviewing Lesson 19, where you're going to rewrite the problem vertically and solve. Ms. Bland wrote over here because I was demonstrating to the boys and girls that I'd probably use my dry erase board. just because there's not a ton of room, even though I didn't shrink your pages this week, there's not a ton of room there. So doing it on my dry erase and then giving my answer is probably going to be a little easier for you, and you're welcome to do it that way. And then make sure you don't forget the word problem at the bottom. Your next set of word problems, first, we're going to use the RDW phase, which means we're going to read it, we're going to draw, and then we're going to write. So Brody eats some red M&Ms and 44 peanut butter M&Ms. He ate 76 M&Ms altogether. How many red M&Ms did he eat? Let's see. Brody eats some red M&Ms. Second read. I know there are some, but I don't know how many. Then he eats 44 peanut butter, and he eats 76 in all. That's my read. I read it 2 times. Now I'm going to draw. I know that I have 76 altogether, and that 44 of them are peanut butter. So I'm going to draw what I know. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. And then I'm going to take away 44. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2 ones left, and I have 3 10s. So if there were 76 M&Ms in all, and I took away the 44 that I know are peanut butter, then the red ones have to be 32. My equation, what did I do? I had 76. I subtracted 44, which left me with a total of 32. We could write that to check our math. We could add 44 plus 32. In fact, families work together, and see if you get 76. If you don't, then you did something wrong. Good job. You are going to complete 1 through 4. Now, you do not have to show me all of your work in that little box. I know some of your 10s and 1s can get a little large. I do need to see your thinking, so I do at least need an equation. You cannot just write one giant number in the box and say, that's my answer. I don't even know if you turned your problem the right way. So I at least need your equation, and you're welcome to do your work on your dry erase board. All right, today we are meeting Mr. George Washington Carver. You may already know that the peanut was used in lots of foods, but that's not all peanuts can be used for. One man invented over 100 different products using the peanut. He was called the Peanut Man. His name was George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver was born as a slave in Missouri. But slavery ended soon after he was born. So George was able to get an education as he grew up. But he went to college. He was the first Black student there. George studied plants in college and afterwards, when he became a teacher and researcher at an African-American university. There, he made important discoveries about peanuts and other crops. One thing George invented was a way to farm called crop rotation. He found that if farmers planted and grew cotton one year, then peanuts the next year, the soil in the farm would stay healthy. This would help all crops grow. George also invented many ways to use the peanut. He found the way to use them to make plastic. He used them to make paints. He even used them to make gasoline. Today, George Washington Carver is famous for his work in science. He helped lots of people. We have a quick clip on him. Remember, you are going to take the information from the clips and from your passage to write 3 strong, informative sentences about George Washington Carver.
I think it's the best.
And it's to start with capital letters.
Secret in the planet right now. They're good for your skin. It's great for your hair. I started to sleep a lot better.
Sentences will begin with capital letters, and they will end with periods because they are informative and they will make sense.
Celebrates African Americans who did amazing things. George Washington Carver was born a slave, But with hard work and education, he became one of the most famous scientists and inventors in American history. You may know him as the Peanut Man. Up in the sky, it's a scientist, it's an inventor. No, it's Peanut Man. Peanut Man. That's because George Washington Carver invented over 300 products from peanuts, including peanut milk, peanut plastic, peanut paints, dyes, medicine, soap, ink, and wood stains. You could say this guy went nuts for peanuts. See what I did there? Nuts? Peanuts? Anybody? No? Anyway, George Washington Carver didn't just work with peanuts, he also invented 118 products from sweet potatoes, like
Ooh,
sweet
how
potato
awesome.
molasses, sweet potato glue, flour, vinegar, rubber, and even sweet potato gasoline.
Oh my
Carver was
goodness.
so respected, he met with 3 American presidents, including Theodore Roosevelt, Calvin Coolidge, and Franklin Roosevelt. He also became the first African American honored with a national monument. This was the first national monument dedicated to an African American and the first to honor someone other than a president. George Washington Carver used his fame to teach others about farming and science. He also encouraged others to treat people from all races with respect. So, let's hear it for George Washington Carver, a scientist who made big inventions using a tiny peanut. Peanut Man, Peanut Man, Peanut Man, Peanut Man, Peanut Man. Let's talk.
There's our Peanut Man. So be sure that you do get your 3 sentences down about the Peanut Man. All right, this week for your social studies weekly, we have been talking about presidents and patriots. We started off with our presidents, and yesterday we talked about Thomas Jefferson and James Madison. We talked about that on Friday. You will see a picture of the president. You will have tabs, little seesaw words. You will move them to the correct person. So you'll need his name, what number president he was, and what he is remembered for. Today we have 2 more. We have Mr. Abraham Lincoln and Mr. Ulysses S. Grant. Now, looking at Mr. Lincoln, a couple things they didn't tell us that we got to make sure you get down. He was our 16th president. He was the president during the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky. He wanted to be the president ever since he was a little boy. Lincoln was president during the Civil War. In the Civil War, American citizens were fighting against each other for different things that they didn't all believe the same thing about. So make sure you put a box around Abraham Lincoln. Make sure that you write off to the side of his head that he was the 16th president. Make sure you underline that Lincoln was the one that was the president during the Civil War. That will need to be moved beside his name. Our next president is Mr. Ulysses S. Grant. He was born in Ohio. When he grew up, he joined the Army. He became the leader of the U.S. Army in the Civil War. Grant was elected president because he was a good leader during wartime. He was our 18th president. Make sure you put a box around Ulysses S. Grant. Make sure that you put 18th president out beside his head. And remember to underline that he became president because he was such a great leader in the Army. And they thought, hey, if he can lead all those troops through the Civil War, maybe he's ready to lead our country. Make sure you have that information down. All right, if you have questions, remember you can contact Ms. Blaine at any time. I'm pretty much a night owl, so I don't think sometimes I even sleep. But send your messages over, and I'll be more than happy to get a reply to you as soon as possible. If it's outside of my working hours, it will come the next day, first thing in the morning. I'm almost finished, Miss Dunn. Miss Blaine, am I done? Almost. You need to go back and complete your packet pages that you have not addressed or the ones that we started and didn't finish. You need to log into Seesaw and complete your work for today. And remember to check your Bailey special to see what it is and get it done. If you have extra time, be sure that you read a Seesaw book so Miss Blaine can check out what you like reading too. I like to see what you read. It's kind of cool. All right, my dear friends, I hope that you have a fantastic afternoon. If you're reading this at night, I hope you had a fantastic day. But I will see you tomorrow, screen to screen. We only have a little longer for screen to screen. That crazy. So I'll see you tomorrow, screen to screen. You need something before then, you know how to reach me. This cute little puppy needs to come live at my house. Somebody tell Mr. Bland I need this puppy. And I hope you enjoy your day. One last announcement, and this one's more for moms and dads. So if mom and dad is not near you, and you don't have your new computer yet, you might want to grab them. Moms, dads, and second graders, if you've not picked up your new computer, we are asking that you pick those up on Thursday during pickup time. We do have a few second, third, and fourth grade students who have not picked up. I plan to walk down sometime today and see exactly which ones of my kids they are. But please make sure you do pick up your kids' work on Thursday, but pick up the computer if you have not. So if you've not picked up their new computer, please try and do that on Thursday. I know there's a couple of extenuating circumstances. We're going to work around you, but everybody else that is willing and able, two big words, willing and able, will come on out and pick them up. Bring the old computer back with the charger and we switch them right out and get you the new one. It works better. Microphones are better. Seems like things are going a little better with them. So help me out and get that done, so they don't come looking for me and I won't come looking for you. But I think that is my biggest announcement. Tomorrow, of course, we are expecting some interesting weather. You never know if it's going to be what they say and it's just going to be rain or if we're going to end up getting a little ice. If your internet is out, if your lights are out, if my lights are out or my internet is out, I will send out a message in the morning and let you know if something's going on. My plan, knock on wood, is to record today so that if worst comes to worst, there'll be a video for all that need it. Enjoy your afternoon, enjoy your evening, and be safe and be